Welcome to Curly's Mailbag Queensland preview for this weekend. It's the Fred Best Classic Day, you'd call it, Curls?
Yeah, we can call it that. It's a little bit different structure this year with COVID issues, obviously. But yeah, it's Fred Best Classic Day.
What's the vibe like in Toowoomba with COVID? You're out for lunch today with the wife?
Yeah, we snuck in a little bit of lunch in. Look, the streets are still reasonably quiet, but certainly busier than what they were a few weeks ago. We actually slipped into the shopping centre this afternoon after lunch, and it was like busy. So I think they've come out of the hills to get into town and do some shopping, I think, by the looks of it. So yeah, there's a bit going on. Sort of some resemblance of normality anyway.
Good to hear. Speaking of shopping, there's plenty going on in terms of product from your neck of the woods. It feels like we haven't given you a day off throughout COVID. You'd just be buried burning the midnight oil. This week you've got Friday Gold Coast, Saturday Doomben, and I'll be doing Doomben, so we'll talk a little bit of Doomben on the show, but I'll be covering that. You got Sunday Toowoomba, you got the black shorts on, deadly there, and then Dalby Tuesday, Wednesday Doomben, and then next Friday we've got Toowoomba. And then you'll jump on the plane Thursday the 4th. You'll come down to Melbourne just in time for the Saturday meeting on Group 1 Stradbroke Handicap Day for the Stratosphere Punters Club.
How good.
It's going to be great.
Well, it's a big week, but that's good because it means that I prefer to be busy going into that meeting. I've got, because all the form's going to flow through. We've got, a good meeting from Eagle Farm last week to review, and the majority of those horses will be running next Saturday. So there's, we'll be kept busy, but, the races are on the right tracks from a wagering point of view for me. 2 meetings at Toowoomba within a week and wedge Dalby in between them. It's just right in my wheelhouse there. So, looking forward to getting to Melbourne. I think it'll be good fun to get the Stratosphere up and rolling again after our bulldozer performance. And I'm a lot happier that we're going to condense it into one day. It's going to be a punter-palooza, and we don't have to worry about hurdle races and trying to navigate our way around Bundaberg and Rockhampton. So thankfully there is a provincial meeting in Queensland on Stradbroke Day at the Gold Coast. So I still get an opportunity to shop wide.
Exactly. And the support cards are cracker. So we've got Eagle Farm as a major meeting, Gold Coast out wide, then we've got Flemington and Casterton. You got DK just absolutely roaring at Casterton, I would have thought. DK will be on fire. It's his favourite track, Flemington. Hard not to. And then Pistol Pete will be all over Randwick and something at Belmont early. We've got Newcastle, which is a great betting track as well. And then I might try and snag a special guest for Darwin too. A little bit of dirt racing up in Darwin and just
don't mind that.
Put a bit of rocket fuel in the spaceship for sure. We'll get us into the stratosphere, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't mind that. It's a good betting track, Darwin, because it's just the survival of the fittest. So normally when the money's on, it's pretty right. So I don't mind getting involved in that.
You can get some hot mail out of Darwin too. There's some very shrewd operators that specialise there. Let's look at the Gold Coast for Friday, race 9. There's a horse that we've got a big opinion of, is Command and Conquer. Race 9, number 2. It's around the $2.50 mark. I think there's been some scratching, so it may have shortened. It looks pretty well suited back up to 1,400 metres here. What's your thoughts on the race?
Yeah, the speed map's just completely changed, actually. I sort of Matt Degas from gate 1 leading and rolling along. It's a bit of a hard-going horse as it is, and they let it roll last start and led all the way. And it's just come out, actually. It had drawn gate 1. No obvious leader sort of here, and I think it's a great opportunity to ride Command and Conquer like it's the best horse in the race and ride it like they did the day that Vanna Girl ran second to it. He was obviously we had those strung those wins together. Then he went, had that little freshen up, dropped back to that trial that he had there at 900 over the Gold Coast, and then was just smashed. Then was just smashed off the track last start. Pushed very wide. His last 200 metres was very good on the clock. Still, the big striding, big gangly sort of looking horse. He just completely lost his action and got pushed off the track, and that won't happen here today. That shouldn't happen at the Gold Coast. There, it should roll forward, right like the best horse in the race. Should handle them. The 350 cuff, who's is in the market at 550. Is going to run in race 8, the class 3 on the card, so it comes out. So there's another little deduction. There's another deduction there, and Mayotte is the only other horse I thought that could challenge it late, or not necessarily challenge it, but run into second late. It just looks best horse in the race. Ride it accordingly and win it. Seems to me the best way to play it.
I'd agree. I think the only negative that I can find is James Orman. He does ride them a bit quiet sometimes. So if he does push forward, I think he'd be a good bet in the run. The price hold up for the first couple of 100 metres, and you might be able to back him in play on Betfair. But he can sort of mix his.
He's not riding he's not winning as well as he had been 12 months ago and further. Punching at about 6% winning strike rate at the moment, James, from his last 50 rides, which is about half his career average. So hopefully, Command and Conquer's a winner for him. And
can turn it around. He's got a nice ride at Doomben. I'm not sure which race it's going to go to, but Bellevue Star for Ormond's around the $8.50 mark in race 4 in the Bill Carter Stakes. It's got a kiss. But at the $8, I thought Bellevue Star was a forgive last start. Just went far too hard in Sydney, so I'll be watching that runner very closely. Let's kick into Doomben. So obviously, your best bet on the card for the Gold Coast is Command and Conquer. But if you want to subscribe, head to themailbag.com.au. Let's go reverse order. We'll go the Fred Best Classic first, race 8 at Doomben with the rail true. Doomben's been playing really, really well lately. How do you think it'll play, and who do you think is going to win the Fred Best Classic, or where's the value?
I don't know whether the horse has any value at talking about number 3, Dawn Passage. I think it wins the race. Sort of like that 250 mark at the minute. It's probably on the money. I don't know how much shorter it starts than that, to be honest. Just really taken with its last 2 wins in good grade. Actually, sort of rode it a little bit more aggressive last time, and beat Rocker Clock comfortably. It's obviously got a wrap on it, that horse as well. It's just got the right form lines. It's a nice type, comes from the right yard. I think Brad Stewart's perfect. He'll be able to, I don't know, whether bully his way into the right spot, but if you watch enough Queensland racing, you know that Brad Stewart, if he wants to be one off the fence, normally he gets there. Most of the time, it's the other jocks getting out of his way, because a lot of jocks too up here. They like to follow him too. He puts him in the right place at the right time. So he's a good jock for the young fellas to follow in a race. So best horse, best jockey. Happy with the map. There's enough here. The Odyssey's drawn a wide gate again. Steph rides again. It's going to have to be work. It's going to have to go forward. And then, like you say, we've got Bellevue Hill, Garibaldi, Scathing. There's a few others there. Stampy. There's a few there that'll want to hold a position forward as well. So Dawn Passage can just slot across in behind a reasonable tempo there. I think the Sydney horses are superior.
Yeah, it's a funny one, the Odyssey. It's an honest horse. He's a horse that you'd love to own. He's a real syndicate type horse. They just love him because he finds the front and puts himself into the race. And statistically, he's got a really good record. 8 wins from 18 starts. There's always money for the Odyssey. I could see it being right in the race, like Exhilarates, but probably prefer it at Eagle Farm. And then, Dawn Passage, 2 starts ago at Rose Hill, was very, very dominant, and I think the track will be in similar condition to that start. The deeper race is probably race 7 at Doomben, the Chairman's Handicap Group 3 over 2,000 metres. Ilwendo's come up favourite around the 460 mark from another dollar, who looks suited again at 550. Live and Free's a horse that I find comes up short far too often, 650. Lejuge is $10 or $11. Similar quote, Magnifier. Tristan Moulahan's got a share in Brimham Rocks at $15, and Black and Gold is $17, and the rest are longer. Pearls.
It's almost. I'll probably start with Brimham Rocks. Actually, I've sort of got this horse a fair bit shorter actually in the market. Comes here third up. I think he's got a decent figure. Third up last prep. Also, this horse. Caulfield winner, I think. Caulfield winner. Yes. Third up last prep at 2,000 and. Huge figure actually. Now I know that I'm being a little bit facetious when I say this is certainly not a form reference, but it's more of a joke that I think maybe we had 5 minor placings in the Little Birdie Punters Club at the Bulldozer, and I think all 5 have won since, or 4 of the 5 have won since. This might be the next winner, but. You've got to obviously have a look at this race in a little bit more depth, particularly with the Waller runners, and try and get the map right, which I have found difficult lately, to be honest, with some of these races. But I think Ilwendo looks the leader here. Matt McGilvray I wouldn't think would be riding. He had a pretty bad tumble Wednesday night at the Sunshine Coast, so it's unlikely that he'll take the ride here. And so that'll be an interesting one. It's very, important that, for a front running horse that you get a suitable jock. So it'll be interesting to see who takes the ride. And I think that'll make a big difference to this race, and particularly that it's $4.20 favourite as well. So the other horse that I thought was a good winning chance was another dollar. And one of the 8 Waller runners, very cosy run back along the fence, 3 pairs back, Yeah. They were the 2 that caught my eye initially, but, pretty open race. There's certainly some other horses there that have got figures at this trip with the right race shape.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the win was good last start, another dollar. When it hits form, it holds form. It was good behind Ocean X in the Matriarch. Who's now qualified for the Melbourne Cup, narrowly beaten by Kauai in the Ballarat Cup. So, 2,000 looks a soft run. Ryan Maloney sits his horse. Thought, it's definitely. I would probably mark that favourite over Ilwendo. Live and Free, I don't really think that I can have. Magnified, I think, is racing really, really well. It's going to get set a task from barrier 17 or need some luck. Brimham Rocks, I can see your angle there. Definitely on its best figures can be right there. And the other horse that I didn't mind were at just big odds. I thought, when I saw the odds, I thought Sabanibus was a knockout hope at $51, looking at the figures and looking at its sort of last start and potentially improving back up to 2,000 metres. So I think it's, some big, deep fields, and that sounds like a savage dog. There's some interesting races like the Hinkler Handicap over 1,100. It looks like multiple chances there. This is a great meeting and lots of good angles. You've got Van and Girl earlier in the day. As I said, Bellevue Star. There's so many horses to get us so keen and sort of revving and roaring for next Saturday's Punters Club. Yeah. It's just going to be a great of betting next week in Queensland. We're super excited about it. And I think just Stradbroke Day, there's just something about it. Like over the years, it's sort of nearly the culmination of the Winter Carnival of Queensland. It's sort of like the last big Group 1. The Tats Tiara, obviously, as well. It's another great race up there. But, it's the sort of the flagship race for Queensland, and I love it. Like, the day itself is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I think we've spent a Stradbroke Day together, haven't we? A few years ago, we might have. Pretty sure.
Yeah, we might have.
Look, really looking forward to the day. And I think one thing that we get, this year is that we haven't had the Sydney jocks up here yet. Normally sort of leading into the carnival, you get a few fly in, fly outs. Obviously unable to do that, and it'll be interesting to, different aspect of that brings again. I mentioned it this morning, on the Little Birdie pod that, for Queensland jocks, some of them, are throwing their leg over potentially the best horses they've ridden, in their career. Exactly. So great opportunity for the locals. It's really time for Queensland, and for the narrative around Queensland racing to get back onto the races and get off the politics and, really embrace what's going on here. And that's given us an opportunity to bet on some nice horses in Queensland, which is, what it's about. So the more wagering, the better. And, we're getting nice horses like, Command and Conquer running on a Friday at the Gold Coast that you can bet with confidence, and, horses like Dawn Passage coming up. And it's going to be a really good, this weekend, next week in particular is going to be fantastic. And I think that we got a really, really good look at the Eagle Farm track last Saturday. And I think there's a very distinguishable pattern there. I think it's very, I'll be betting accordingly that where you need to be and how the horse needs to be ridden, and the horses for courses aspect at Eagle Farm next Saturday is going to be extremely important. So, really looking forward to Stradbroke Day. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, they did find themselves a long way off the fence as the day wore on. So fascinating to see what happens, and I cannot wait to bet tomorrow on the Gold Coast on your sets. You're hitting it about 25% for the first couple of months, and I can't wait to get into Doomben on Saturday. It's going to be an absolute corker, and I think we've got Roscoe picking up from the airport next Thursday. So please don't come to Melbourne with COVID.
No, well, I'm not going to bring it with me, and I'm not bringing it home either. I've got, I had to apply for a permit to re-enter the state once I travel in the state, so I've got all that sorted. And so
Anastasia Palaszczuk, she's giving you the green tick. She's a tough taskmaster by the sounds of it.
Yeah, no, she's done well. Look, they've even given me hot spots of different shires and different local council areas that I'm not allowed to visit when I'm away. So. Anyway, it's good. But it was an easy process. So there's no excuses for me now. I've just got to get to the airport and get down there and find a winner and bet our way to $1 million. No pressure.
Find a way. It's going to be a hoot. Up the stratosphere. All right, at Little Birdie Pod, if you want to follow the stratosphere, we're going to be betting responsibly for the next week. Can't wait to get stuck into it. And good luck everyone on the punt. Thanks, girls.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.